Recently, DDG has come out with a counter restraining order with a bunch of new evidence to prove why Halle is not in the right mental state to have custody of their child, claiming several things like she is emotionally unstable, threatened sewer slide, hit him, tracked him with air tags, withheld their son to control him, and once drove wow sewer slidle with the baby in the car. There were also some other things I did not mention, but trust me, it was a lot, and it seemed like a lot of misinformation has been placed recently of today and yesterday. As they said this court order actually got denied, they said the court found no immediate risk and ruled denied the request to restrict Halle from traveling with her child. Along with Halle retains temporary sole legal and physical custody, Halle's domestic violence restraining order remains in effect. And apparently all of this was a lie that a bunch of people had spread around because, well, several other sources, one being DDG's own lawyer, said that he actually did get that temporary restraining order accepted, but he just does not have custody of his kid right now, and currently Halle has it. So I'm just going to go through some of the craziest things that's happened along with some reactions from a couple of people just so that we can go over the situation as a whole. I want to say this now at the beginning of this video. I am a Z-tier news source. So if you truly want to learn about the topic in depth, I would recommend you do your own research about it or even go and watch some more in-depth videos by more professional people. But if you want to watch an idiot yap about the situation, then sit down, relax, and enjoy this. One of the things DDG tries to dismiss in the beginning is saying he never hit Halle. Like she claims, she actually launched herself from the back seat and hit her head on the steering wheel while trying to attack him, along with taking his own pew-pew and leaving the house without explaining while pregnant. He claims he found her outside holding it, secretly tracking him with multiple Apple AirTags hidden in his cars and his vitamin water, the baby's diaper pack, and a box later found in his home, showing up uninvited to threaten and allegedly trying to fight women he was with. On the topic of tracking devices, apparently he was able to figure this out because one of the tracking devices he had was on him when he went to Streamer University in Akron, and she claimed in her case that he was in Akron for a couple of days when in reality he had just found the tracking device and just left it there and didn't say anything to her or anything about it. The craziest of the claims don't actually end there though. Allegedly she actually went and attacked DDG in an altercation they had where he was actually hit with a knife and showed that it's not really him starting these altercations. He's saying that it's actually her, and the best he's trying to do is just defend himself, with even submitting a picture showing the wound that he got from the incident. Amidst all these claims and allegations, I feel like a lot of people also forget during this that it's supposed to be about their child, and DDG even brought up an incident where he was actually going to be affected, something that a lot of people are calling, saying it doesn't sound as true, where he actually called up her doctor's office to see what was going on with her because she was having cramps and everything, and they told him that she was actually prescribed medication to have an aberration, but only took one of the pills and didn't take the second one, with her end goal allegedly being to keep DDG in a relationship, using her pregnancy as leverage so that he would not leave her. Unfortunately for us, I don't have any recordings or anything to show you of that situation, but we do actually have videos that are allegedly about situations similar to this. Like the one where she was supposed to stab DDG is a reoccurring thing to the point where they have videos of her apparently coming in and threatening him with a weapon if he did not get off stream.
You about to go somewhere far?
I don't know. She said if she walk over here, you still on stream. She couldn't walk over here. She said she told you to get off.
You said what?
She told you to get off. She said she gonna walk over. She's like, you better be on stream. I just told her to get off. She said she coming.
Don't tell. I ain't trying to get no whooping, bro.
Nigga, she coming.
She coming. What am I supposed to do?
I think he off.
You want me to get up?
I mean, you're still on. We gonna go get some food.
Okay. I'm about to get up.
Okay.
She got a knife in her hand.
Got a knife in her hand.
Put it down.
I gotta go, y'all, before I get whooped.
Now, in all reality, DDG and his legal team would never use something like this as evidence because there was no real physical violence displayed, and even their claims, there wasn't any real evidence to show that. All you hear is people talking, and there's no real threat being posed from what we can see from our POV. And what makes it a lot worse is it just shows the complex nature of the relationship, the reality of what it was like when they were together, not together, and even some moments off camera. And what adds onto that are some of these text messages that DDG actually had when he filed for his TRO. And a lot of these messages are very disturbing for anybody who might be reading them. You have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money. When you're done, you even see what's in front of you. How could you? How could you go to Mexico and be with somebody else? How could you openly talk about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to end me and you succeeded. Outside of those text messages just being pretty hard to read because she didn't know how to spell at the time, a lot of you will probably notice that she mentioned something happening in Mexico, which she alleged in some other text messages that DDG apparently cheated on her with Lala, somebody who's been appearing in his content for a minute now, and that it happened in Mexico. And this story blew up so much that Lala herself had to get on her own stream to clarify that none of that actually ever happened, and she doesn't understand why Halle would ever even bring that up in the first place.
Context behind these accusations in general is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right? Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay? But nothing has ever gone on past that. Ever.
Regardless of who it was, being Lala or a random person on Twitter who just happened to archive a bunch of stuff that's happened with DDG and Halle, it seemed like for the past 2 days, no one was really on Halle's side. A lot of people were trying to debunk everything that she was saying, from her past TRO to some of her current actions that were even displayed in these text messages, and it seemed like no one could really be with her based on all of the evidence that DDG was presenting, trying to make it seem like, hey, I'm the more fit parent, I'm in the right mental state, and that legally I should actually have my child, because she not only is not in a good mental state, but also just is not a good overall parent. And it seems like Lala wasn't the only person to speak out about this. There were actually multiple people, being streamers, who were talking about it as well.
Chat, y'all know the truth? I put DD in a group chat with my lawyers. Shit.
Oh, so this is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense.
You know, can I just tell you guys something really quick about something like that? There needs to be a clause in legal where if a woman is trying to put allegations on a man and it gets caught in 4K, it's fake,
get in trouble.
The girl needs to do the time.
In all reality, the internet was kind of holding the same sentiment as Aiden here, happy that all of this was coming out and seeing the evidence that DDG had to see that he had a fighting chance based on what was being shown. In all reality, none of us are truly lawyers, and I'm definitely not a lawyer, but if you were to show me that amount of evidence and expect me to believe that she would be able to have the kid, I would be very surprised, because there were a lot of damning things in those text messages and in some of the transcripts from the videos that were shown. It's all pretty shocking. All reality, we don't know the truth, as we're only getting shown 2 POVs, DDG's and Halle's. In all reality, the truth is going to be somewhere in the middle. So there's things that are being omitted that were not even being shown. Like when I talked about Halle's original TRO, she talked about a Ring camera video, which has yet to even come out after 2 days of the stuff going on. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen no one post it, no one talk about it. So there are definitely some things that could still be at play here that we just don't know about. But based on everything that's going on right now, it does not look great for Halle in this situation, at least in my opinion. And the overall thing is kind of crazy because I don't even feel like we should be knowing this information. I've been saying this a lot with the Duke Dennis thing. When I talked about my other Halle and DDG videos, this is just stuff that should not be on the internet, as this is somebody's real life. This is affecting them in all reality. Once these cameras turn off, they still have to deal with this, and people are just plastering it, me being included, talking about it like it's a Netflix or a Tubi special. But at the same time, it's kind of not our fault because it's being forced upon us by literally every news source out there, and even them when they go out on the internet and talk about it. So in all reality, I think this should just stay in private as much as possible, as much as they can, because they still are big celebrities. But that's just how I feel. And if you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment section down below. This video was unfortunately over, but if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like. If you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing because I post like this every single week. You'll never miss out on a single upload if you hit that bell icon because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. But that's enough from me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.